I'm Lauren Kelly.
And I'm Chelsea Beers, and you are listening to...
It's ApPARENT. Because for some people, it's just not obvious.
A weekly podcast where we discuss and laugh about parenting, all the joys and sorrows, and all the special parts of us that died as individuals. While drinking booze.
Cheers! Jinx.
Hey.
Well, is it jinx if we don't say the same thing?
Oh, that's a good question. I think then it's just rude.
How's everybody feeling today?
Hi, guys.
Happy summer, right?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Sunday, and I was like, it's not Sunday.
No, but it doesn't really matter what day it is.
That's true, but I thought, like, my mom has a big thing, like, Happy Sunday. Like, she's, like, very... positive.
On Sundays only.
That's it. The rest of the days.
Woo, that makes for a long week, baby. I don't know how you made it through childhood. That sounds awful.
Man, I just really look forward to Sundays. Woo!
Holy cow.
Man. I'm so happy to be
Is
here.
it a church thing? Because your mom goes to church, right?
My mom does go to church. I was raised in the church.
Yeah. Do you go to church now on Sundays?
No, I go every now and then with my mom. I'd say maybe out of 4 Sundays in a month, I go once.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. But what it does for me is I enjoy church for the social aspect and for the, like, encouragement. It just feels very encouraging and uplifting for me. Like, socially, I like connecting with those people on the level like that.
Yeah.
Whenever I hear a sermon, without a doubt, I want to, like, raise my hand and just start a debate. Like, you know, so it's like, I kind of need to, like, sit in the back.
Jesus doesn't like that.
Right. I need to sit in the back and just make notes for myself and just, like, have a conversation later, you know, with
and
someone.
then do your stand-up for comedy on Thursday evening in San Francisco.
Right. Yeah, you can't, I mean, people in church don't appreciate a good dick joke, so.
No, it's a shame.
You know, that's kind of where the line is divided, right
No,
there.
and they don't like when you call Jesus Jesus.
Right.
Either.
Right. But I live in Vallejo, so there's a lot of those. Gotta love it.
Well, we've got champs again.
We have, okay, I have like I have champagne, I have coffee, and I have a water glass.
Well, that's good because that's the hydration from both. Coffee is also very dehydrating.
So one brings me up, one makes me sleepy, and one keeps me hydrated.
Champagne makes you sleepy?
Champagne makes me very sleepy, yeah.
Well, do you have a nap in your future today?
I have a 1-year-old, so probably.
Not your nap, his nap.
I'll sleep with him. He cuddles. He's a very good cuddler.
That's cute.
Yeah. Like, he likes to bury his face. You know, like, he'll come up and, like, just, like, rub his face onto my face or my neck and then, like, go to sleep. And I'm like, oh, my God.
That's
He's, like,
cute.
A really, like, big cat.
My dog does that.
Oh, see?
Yeah.
And
that's all I'm going to have is a dog.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, it's cool that you get to do that with a human, but.
Yeah. So is it like, okay, let's just get into it. Is it completely off the table that you are not going to have a biological kid of your own?
Yeah, I think it is.
Really?
Yep.
Like that ship has sailed.
It's not necessarily the ship has sailed. It's more of like, I'm a super realistic person.
Yeah.
If you don't know that already. So the analogy I use is if I were on a ship in the middle of the ocean and we were stranded, you know, the optimist is like, we're going to be fine. It's sunny outside. And the pessimist is like, we're going to die. And I'm like sitting there trying to make sails so that we can adjust it in the wind to actually get to shore.
Uh-huh. What does that have to do with having a kid?
I'm saying that the ship's not sailed, but it's not looking good.
Oh, okay.
Or looking bad. I don't know, whichever way it would be. I've got a light at the end of the tunnel now. You know what I mean? And I got kids and I'm just not, I'm going to be sad, I'm sure, about the never lactating. I guess because I really genuinely wanted to shoot milk across the room.
Right.
I really did want to do that.
Yeah.
I know. It sounds so stupid, but that was like one thing. But I never really wanted children, but I didn't not want them. I was really just kind of, if I met somebody and they really wanted it, I would do that. And if I met someone who never wanted to do that and just travel, I would do that. And I kind of feel like I got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, totally.
I don't have to do that.
Right.
So I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I'm more towards no than I am towards yes.
Okay.
But we haven't snipped anything.
Of course.
Or
the possibility
you
is
know,
there 100%.
right. We still sleep in the same bed, so
Right.
it may weasel its way over to my side one time.
Is that what you guys call it?
You know,
That's cute. It's
and
cute.
they just slither on over, surprise me in the middle of the night.
Hello. That's so funny.
Bedworms, bedworms.
Yes, I do.
Don't let the bedworms bite.
Or do.
Or do and take birth control pills like I do.
There you go.
That's fine too. But do you like this champagne?
Oh, that was a very good segue.
It's a good transition, right? It's good, right?
This is very
So
good.
this was given to me by my brother-in-law, but
Thanks.
not actually given to me. He actually left it in the cooler when we went camping a couple weeks ago.
Thanks, brother-in-law.
So I inherited it. Yeah, that's my brother-in-law, Jason.
Aw, thanks,
Yeah,
Jason.
if he knows that he did that. I'm just assuming that you left it for me, so thank you, but he probably just left it.
And you're not getting it back.
Yeah, and he left some really nice, delicious soda pops, too, which my kids drink. I was trying to save it for vodka, but
yeah, I know.
They weren't having it.
I was looking for any mixer in your fridge.
No.
You have nothing.
No, and believe it or not, the boys aren't here right now.
Yeah.
So I actually have milk for the first time, but it's
my
expired.
God. Oh, no.
Yeah. Which explains why there's still milk.
Right.
It's like that and water
Right.
and beer.
Right.
And that's it. And then if you
Right.
go in my freezer, there's a little bit of booze and Klondike bars.
That's the key. That's the one thing that gave it away that reminded me that the boys weren't here that there's still ice cream bars.
When the boys are away, the adults will play. It's true. We went to the store the days
it's
the
when
boys
the
left.
boys are away, the ice cream will stay. That's what it is.
That's so good. It's so true, too. Especially if we get it when Danella's already full, because sometimes he'll eat it all.
Oh, that's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did do that. We went to the store because the boys were gone, and we went to the store and we got beer and we got dessert.
Because
that's we know, well, the beer's not going to stay because Danella's still here. But the dessert, we have a possibility. Like, I like to have, for example, I have a half-eaten Klondike in there.
Yeah.
Like, I just take a couple bites.
See, that's what I do. I can buy like a pack of cookies or a pint of ice cream and make it last for a couple of days. Like, I can do that. Josh can't do that.
Not if I'm having a crappy day.
Oh my God.
Then it's like, I need 3 boxes and it's gone.
Right.
But
and my phone's turning off.
Right.
The sweatpants are coming out.
Right.
And Netflix is coming on. And
Right.
I'm going to binge watch the shit out of anything.
Anything.
Whatever takes the time that I eat these Oreos. But if I bring a pack of cookies home,
Right.
Josh is like, you know who I am when it comes to sweets. You can't do that. Because then he'll sit at home and it's very subconscious. He doesn't realize that he's literally left 3 cookies in the package. But then he consciously thinks about, well, it's more disrespectful if I only leave her 3 cookies, so I should just eat them and throw the package away. Like, that is a thought in his brain.
I mean, that is kind of true. Because my mother-in-law did that to me once. Oh my gosh, my mother-in-law. I love her so much. She ate Girl Scout cookies that were in the cabinet.
Which ones?
Samoas.
Oh, they're so good.
She left me 2. And now this is when Girl Scout cookies were already gone. Danilo actually found them for me at my brother's hill climb races. Some girl had leftovers and she was selling. So he snagged me a box of Thin Mints and a box of Smos. Those are the 2 I love.
Thank you.
And I had the Smos up there, and I made it clear to the boys, you touch them. And sometimes I just keep them in my room because it's safer that way.
Right.
And I wish I would have thought that through
Put
when
them in
she
a
came
tampon
over.
box. Put the sleeves in a tampon
Yeah,
box.
something, man. But I didn't. And I woke up the next day, and I saw the box. You can tell when it's light. You just see it. It's like, and not to say that Girl Scout cookies are big, but you just know when there's nothing in there. And I open it up, and she heard me from the other room open the box, and she walks in there, and she goes, I left you 2.
Oh, my God.
And I was about to scream. And then that's the kind of thing, normally what she'll do if she eats it, she'll go and just get a new. You know, like we had a birthday cake for my son one time, and she ended up eating the rest of the cake at night once we all went to bed.
Oh my God.
It was adorable. But then she came in the next morning with a new cake, and she's like, I ate it, so here's the new cake.
Oh my God.
Super cute, but she couldn't do that for the Samoas.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm like, man, I thought the only people were the boys. But then I remembered something very specific.
Go.
Get this. She tells my husband a long time ago when he was a kid, that I can't wait until you're older. I'm going to do exactly to your house what you did to mine. And she would tell stories about how she's going to put her dirty handprints everywhere and break the couch and eat all the food.
This is something that she needed to tell you, like, on your wedding day. You know
I
what I mean?
know,
Like,
right? I know. But
congratulations, Lauren.
By the way,
here's a
cookies
card.
and cake are not safe.
Right.
And like, I can get dark chocolate because the boys don't really like dark chocolate,
Yeah.
but my mother-in-law and I both love
Oh
it.
my God.
So yeah, I just
yeah.
have to hide it. Or what I've been doing is that when she comes to stay, I just buy her own.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, here's yours.
That's something that Josh's mom told me, is that when she was raising Josh and his brother, you know, it was the three of them in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever she would buy something, upon purchasing it and bringing it home, she would split it into 3 packages or 3 bags.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, this is yours, and this is mine. Deal with it what you want, but don't touch the other 2. And it's genius.
I need to start doing it. I do.
Like,
Because
put them in those Ziploc bags that have like the name thing on it, and then write, this is Cameron's, this is Derek's,
Right.
don't touch it, this is everybody else's. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just teaches boundaries.
well, and God forbid. So I'll have a half-eaten Klondike in there, and that half-eaten Klondike will sit there for a few days until
Right.
I'm ready to have it again.
Right.
But if the boys were here,
Exactly.
it's already eaten.
It's done. Done,
They don't
done,
care
done.
that there's bite marks in it.
No.
They don't care.
No. Are
They
you kidding
figure
me?
It could be anybody.
They could have found it in the dog's
Exactly.
dish. It's like, this is a bonus. This is the best day of my life.
Have you been here at dinner time?
I haven't. I'm terrified to be here at dinner time.
I literally will say.
I feel like-
who ate my Klondike? And then it's like, nope, nobody. I didn't. I don't know. And then like 20 minutes later, one of them will come up. Lauren, I'm sorry, I did eat, but I didn't know it was yours. And it's like, literally, it has small bite marks. Like,
Right.
there's only one person in this house, well, 2 if you count my cat, that takes small bites.
Right. And that would leave half of a Klondike bar.
Right.
No one else in this household would leave half of a Klondike bar at all. It's just, it's fascinating. But I feel like households with boys in it specifically, I feel like the younger boy, I grew up with all girls, so I don't know, but this is something that I've witnessed in
Right.
the boys in my life, is that the younger boys learn how to eat faster because they know
Their
that
brother
there's
will eat it.
a time limit on their
Yes.
food. Is that true?
Yeah, yes, and you know what's worse? Is I do it. I'll sit there, listen to this, it's so fucked.
No.
Yes, we'll get a pizza. We'll get a
no.
pizza,
Oh,
let's say.
no.
Serious. This is why I've gained weight. We'll get a pizza, and I originally have the boys have 2 pieces, and then they have a salad first. The salad buys me a little bit of time. But see, I like to eat it the opposite. I like to start with the salad because I'm trying not to gorge on pizza.
Of course you start with the salad.
So by the time they're to their salad, it's like grab or go, Lauren, get it in. And it's like, God forbid I want to take a piece for lunch tomorrow, you know? It's like, it's not a possibility. So I feel like I have to eat the 2 slices that I want.
Put it in the tampon box.
Right.
I'm telling you.
My tampon box is going to be super bloated underneath, like filled
Grease
with
dripping.
Klondike bars,
Melted ice cream.
pizza, just leaking grease, cheese, Cheez-Its, tortilla chips, Cheerios.
It's a goulash. You just eat it with a spoon. You're like, fuck it. I need to eat anything. I don't care.
God, that would kill an appetite, wouldn't it? So today's diet. When you live with boys.
God, this is terrifying for my future.
You know, you've got one as
It's
of now,
terrifying
and
for
I
my
think
future.
you know, I ate a lot when I was a kid. My mom didn't think so because I was super duper skinny. I had what I wouldn't give to get that metabolism back.
Isn't it funny that when you are like in the best shape of your life, you still have this kind of negative
Oh yeah,
outlook on what you look like?
That's our society.
I look at pictures of like 4 years ago when I was in New York, when I was not a mom, when I was drinking daily more than I am now.
Yeah, right. I'm like, some of these things did not change.
But I also worked part-time at a gym. I had 3 jobs, so I was working like 19 hours a day.
Right.
You know, so it's like, I look back at those pictures and I was like, oh my God, my arms had definition? That's so crazy. Definition that's not dimples? Holy shit. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I thought I was fat
I
then.
know what I wouldn't give to go
Disgusting.
back 30 pounds from now.
Disgusting.
I know, but that's society's fault, man. And that's why I'm sick of doing it. You know, Danelle had on the news the other day before work, before we left.
Why?
So
I don't
freaking
know.
depressing.
My mom watches like CBS News all day.
My parents too.
All day.
Oh, CBS. So my mom is
I don't know.
MSNBC, I think.
Oh yeah, I think
All
she's a
day
CBS
long.
one.
All day long.
But it depresses the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I won't even watch it. She watches it on her iPad so she can take it into multiple rooms of her house.
No.
And I'm like, I can't.
No.
That's no. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
That brings my spirit down. I want to kill myself.
See, but that's one of the reasons for the show, I feel. For me, it needs to be uplifting and fun. Not to say that we can't talk about very serious things.
Right.
But there's always another flip side, man. And when you're just bombarded by this shit every day, I didn't hear not one positive thing before I left for work in the morning. And I don't know how anybody's supposed to have a good day when all you've heard is, so-and-so is dead. Oh, we had 4 shootings at schools today. And our president is crazy.
Well, that's
and
another
blah, blah,
reason.
blah, blah.
I mean, you're talking to a stand-up comic. So it's like I have to turn everything into some sort of joke or lightheartedness because these people that come out to shows, they're seeking joy. This is a friend of mine, Miles Weber, who's a dear friend of mine and an amazing comedian. He's one of my favorites.
Hilarious.
You need to seek out Miles Weber. He's a great, great comic. But he ends all of his shows by thanking the audience for not dwelling in the bullshit that is going on in our lives and our society and coming out seeking joy and being amongst human beings and going outside of your box for just a minute. Check your feelings and all your stuff at the door, and for just 1 hour or 2, be happy.
Yep.
And just enjoy being happy and enjoy other people making you laugh and leave all your stuff at the door.
Well, you said on a recent show, like, it's the simple things. Remember, you were talking about very different stuff, but for me,
like
that's
small victories.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, that's what the simple things are. It is sitting here enjoying just really wonderful things.
Right.
That's why I can eat half of a Klondike bar.
Right.
And be totally satisfied.
Right.
And if I'm not satisfied, I know that it's still in there, so I can eat the next half.
Right.
Later.
Yes.
But not if it's not there.
Right. But that's joy that you know is coming.
I know.
It's so exciting.
It's so exciting to come home and feel like I know what's in my fridge.
Right. That's awesome.
You know something else?
The other thing is that you have no idea that I've eaten the other half of that. So you have quite a surprise.
So there won't be a show next week. Also, contact me on Facebook. I'm looking for a new co-host. I didn't realize whose side you were on, Chelsea. Now I know.
I mean, I've just never been so proud of myself. My breath smells so Heath Klondike.
It
goodness.
is. Oh, P.S. They are Heath Klondikes. We should be very specific because Klondike's got a lot, and I don't like the original of really anything. Vanilla makes me very sad.
Isn't there like a mint one? I feel like there's a
mint chip
mint
one.
That's really good.
That's
you know
good.
what's really good?
Oreo cookie?
Is It's.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember It's?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
You know there's a factory, right?
Oh, I'm well aware. It's close.
Also, there's an outlet in Fairfield, which is 20 minutes from here.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you can get them for halfies.
Okay. Maybe we should.
Bargain. It's a bargain.
Maybe we should go on a little field trip. It's
Sounds
apparent
so
you need some It's in your life. It's an apparent. It's an apparent.
It's an apparent thing, yes.
Will they sponsor us?
How does that work? If you have not had It's a San Francisco treat. It is. It's made here in San Francisco.
But that's the Rice-A-Roni song.
Well, it doesn't come in a box. It comes in a bag.
It's a cellophane wrapper.
Oatmeal cookies without the raisins. So
no, but isn't it oatmeal chocolate chip?
No.
It's not.
Just oatmeal cookies without the raisins. Sandwiched ice cream and then dipped in milk chocolate.
Yeah, it's the best.
So they have, mint chocolate chip. Cappuccino is the best.
Oh my God.
I've never had that. Yes. Cappuccino, strawberry, pumpkin, and vanilla.
Can we really go, please? Can we please go this week?
Yes, we can.
This week. So I'm not kidding.
We can go right after this show, baby. The boys are gone. The boys are gone in town.
Oh, oops. That's not the song at all.
No.
Okay. Did we cover everything before we move on? I don't know if we did.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If not, I'm sure our viewers will let us know.
Yeah, right. You guys,
we've left you guys hanging before.
Right. We were so excited to hear us talk about something, and then we're like, next.
I know. Our first episode, I said something about how, it was a rough morning, and then we kind of moved on, and everyone's emailing saying, "Well, what happened? Are you okay?" And it's like, there's an episode 2, so yes, I'm fine. but I never talked about it.
Right, I'm still
and it was
alive.
probably just simply that there was no more milk or bread in my fridge, which I did end up talking about, but
Right. I mean, that's kind of the common denominator.
I don't know.
Boys. But so here's a question.
Yes.
So I have a 1-year-old. Chance is now 13 months old.
Oh my
okay.
God.
We should post a picture. I feel like it's been a while.
I feel like I know.
Since
I mean, we
posted-
should definitely make a spectacle of your son.
I love him.
He's amazing.
I feel like he could legit be in show business, but I don't want to be like a show mom.
No, you can't be. We talked about that, remember? You can't be. No.
I can't.
Just let him decide. He'll
Right,
decide.
right. Like I want him to do what he wants, but I don't want to like live vicariously through him and be like, you know, your mom never made it to Broadway, so here, going to tap dance. You know, like I can't do that. I can't do it.
No.
So,
he's probably going to want to do hip hop anyway.
Yes.
I
right.
feel like I could see him doing hip hop.
Right. And my mom would totally take him and be like, go ahead, grandson. I'm black. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
You always make it a race.
I know.
thing.
I have to. Did I tell you my hashtag? I have a special hashtag for myself.
No, what? What is it?
It's hashtag half my life matters.
Oh my God.
Because I'm half black.
Right.
Too soon?
You know what? No, it's not. Because
Good.
you can say that.
I can. I was going to make like pins and stickers and give them out to people at my show when I do stand-up comedy. But I was like, no one on the planet would walk around with that unless they were half black and half white. Like if you saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitch walking around with a hashtag half my life matters
Right.
thing, it's like she would get jumped and it would be my fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I do any sort of merchandise, which I need to do because every comedian does.
Yeah.
Like any sort of t-shirt or bumper sticker or CD or
Yeah,
anything.
but if it said Chelsea Beers.
It has to
hashtag
be...
only half my life matters. I could wear that. Because it says Chelsea Beers.
If I did that. Okay. I never thought about that. But
Don't go around trying to get blonde girls with blue eyes killed. That's fucked up.
Well, not killed. Just jumped. I want to get them jumped. Is that bad? I just want to cause them a little bit of pain. That's fine.
By the way, I'm a natural blonde. Just kidding.
So you have curly hair and you're blonde. I can't keep up. It's too much. It's too much.
No, I like that though, Chelsea.
Thanks.
It's very funny. See, but you know my sense of humor. I say some stuff that people are like, what? Like
Right.
Jack in the Box. And there are some things I get away with, and there are others that I don't.
Right. And this is why you should get into stand-up comedy, because you can get away with saying whatever you want.
Well, people become not my friends. I'm fine with that.
Who cares? You're on stage.
Dude.
You have that opens the door for you to say carte blanche what you want, and then people to be like, well, she's a comedian. She can say what she wants. And if you have people hate you, you have people hate. I have people that don't like me, don't like my comedy.
I don't believe it.
It's true. It's true. There's a very small percentage, but they're out there.
1.222%.
Like I had a person, I did a show in San Ramon recently where I told a joke, and the punchline was about the taint. Do you know what the taint is?
Yeah, that's the area
the
between
gooch
your
right.
between your anus and your
Pee
penis,
hole. Right, or your
vagina. Vagina.
Yeah, so that little couple centimeters.
I don't know why I was able to say penis but not vagina.
Yeah, that's really.
I said vagina.
Vagina, right? Because then it's less offensive. I don't know, but I said a taint joke, and this woman in the back stood up and started clapping and cheering for taint, and I was like, "Well,
she likes it,
you're
man.
gonna be fine." I've never gotten
But there was one person.
Like one person, and I was
all
like,
the other people were tainted.
Right, but then through my whole... Oh, that's cute. See?
And that is why I need to be a stand-up comedian.
There you go. And I'm going to coach you. You're going to start coming to shows with me, and I'm going to put you on stage. Look out for it. It's ApPARENT podcast
Lauren
listeners.
Kelly,
Lauren is she's going to be on stage sooner than she realizes, because I'm going to push her on there, and you can do it. You can do it.
Like Nike.
You can do it. So anyway, we were talking, so Chance is 13 months old, right?
Yeah, we went from Taint to Chance.
We did. That's how he's here. That's why he's here. So Chance, for being 13 months old, I don't think that he has as many toys as the general public of 13-month-old babies.
Does he need?
No. And
Okay.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Okay.
I'm saying it's great that he doesn't have that many toys. Like our house it's not infiltrated with it. We don't need a playroom. Okay. We don't need like a toy box that I could fit into. Like we don't need all that, right? Mm-hmm. But we do have a combination of like wooden toys, like wooden puzzles and blocks and things like that, pull toys and stuff like that. And we have a couple of plastic toys.
Do you keep them segregated? Because that's super racist
some
too.
that light up. I think it would be like toysist. I think it would be a toysist.
Hashtag toysist.
Hashtag don't be a toysist.
I wonder how much of our shows are laughter.
That's the next video I do.
Hashtag
it's
laughter.
Just us laughing. And drinking.
So,
glug, glug, glug.
toy segregation, go.
So we have some toys that are plastic that light up and that make noise and stuff like that. And Josh hates the plastic toys, right? So much, in fact, that one day I woke up and one of Chance's toys that moves and lights up and makes noise, Josh had taken a hammer to, because he didn't know how to get the batteries out, so he just took a hammer to it until it shut up. But then it was like unsafe for Chance because there was like shreds of plastic, and I was like, well, this is garbage. Thank you for ruining one of our child's like entertainment toy. So I had to throw it away.
Yeah.
So it's like, to what level, you can be, want to be like environmental and want to have wooden toys and want your kid to be like all natural and all this, but to what level do you do that?
Dude,
do you know what I mean?
I know, but I can't even, you can't.
Because then this also will open the door for us to talk about kids with screens and TV time, cell phone time.
Right.
That's what I want to talk about.
Oh, really? Because you know what you're talking about made me think about?
Okay.
An article that I read about a woman who was on a welfare check. And if you don't know what that is, it means that the parent shouldn't have their child. So, Child Family Services come in as a welfare check.
Hang on. I don't know if you can go that far to say that.
Maybe she should have them.
Because you can be on welfare and still be...
No, not welfare. A welfare check, meaning the welfare of the child. Not welfare as far as services.
Okay.
The welfare of the child check. Normally they do that if, there's a custody order or if, CPS has been involved or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
okay, I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. Thank you. I'm glad you clarified that.
Yes.
So, but this woman had a welfare check and these people were coming and the kid was playing in their toy box. You said toy box and that's what made me think about it.
Oh, yeah.
And this kid legit pulls out a loaded gun from the toy box.
Okay, wait. So this is in the one.
Yeah. Speaking of toysist.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a total toysist.
Wood toy or plastic probably shouldn't involve guns.
Right.
Firearms.
Which category does that go under?
Which toy box does that go in?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's called a gun safe.
Right. It's called the locked one above the washing machine. So. Yeah, I'm totally toysist when it comes to a loaded fucking gun.
Right.
So this is the woman's house.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And she had a loaded gun in a toy box.
Correct.
Now this is her son or daughter?
Her son.
This is her son.
Yep.
Now, does she have full custody of the son?
It's a 3-year-old boy. It does not specify whether or not she has full custody, but I'm assuming not,
right,
considering the fact that she's got a welfare check.
So the son is visiting her, and he happens...
Or he's there on that custodial time.
On the custodial time, and he happens to pull out a loaded gun.
9mm loaded gun.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah. So the officers, of course, take it.
So wait.
They find out it's loaded.
So if it's a custody, so what happened is that this is like a supervised visit or something.
Yeah. So the police came by to do the welfare check. So the police came by to do, that's what it's called, a welfare check, the welfare of the child. They pretty much check the home. They're making sure there's food in the fridge.
See, I immediately think
the child's
you're
not
talking
abused.
about money.
I know, I'm sorry. Well, because I'm using the words welfare and check.
Right.
But that's what it's called.
So they come by to check the welfare of the child. Can we call it that?
Yeah, it's actually very good that you don't know about that.
Right.
It means that you're a very good mom.
For now.
So good job.
For now.
Otherwise, you know what you have to look forward to, and that's why we're talking about
But now I know that I can put my gun in a fucking toy safe.
Right. Well, you couldn't. The cops, of course, looked at it, and then they did further investigation, as I would assume you would for something like that.
Thank you, 5-0.
Yeah. So she was charged with child neglect, of course.
Right.
Which she would have been charged with too if the child was malnourished or.
So now well, that's a little weird that they're charged with the same thing where they're not getting enough protein that he pulls out a fucking 9mm.
Yeah, child neglect is gray.
I mean, it's quite broad,
gray
apparently.
and it's very. But I mean, to be charged with that, she'll probably never see her son again.
Whoa. What if
I
I
mean,
feel
like there's one.
She could have planted it there just so that because she didn't know.
They could have come to the door and she could have just thrown it there. But still, why did she have a? First of all,
no, I'm saying she could have planted it there, because she didn't know how to say, I don't want to see this child. You know what I mean? Like, she could have just done that and been like, oh, thank God the state's going to take care of it so I don't have to see my kid anymore. I don't know the state that this woman is in.
And I don't know this woman, but here's what I got to say. If you don't want your kids and you don't want to take care of your kids, then just don't. The state will step in eventually, like they did in our circumstance, and put the child where they need to be. But it would be a lot better if you just realize if you have a child, either step in or let someone else step in. Don't make it damn complicated.
Right.
Don't do that. That kid could have grabbed that gun and shot itself.
Right.
And then you.
Or you.
I mean, clearly she doesn't care about herself, because I don't know any parent who would have a gun loaded in their house that's not protected with any child around.
Right.
Any child.
Right. I mean,
that is just... Regardless of whether they were raised knowing guns or not, because I'm not a gun enthusiast, and I respect people who are. My husband is a hunter, so he has guns, but we have a gun safe, and that was something I requested. I am not comfortable with just guns lying about.
Of course.
I know my kids. I know they've gone shooting with their dad, but come on.
No, but
in the toy box, and even if it's underneath your bed or in the drawer,
there's a line. There's a responsibility that you have as a gun owner, and that's what needs to be respected.
Right.
This all started because I was talking about blocks.
I know.
So
Toycist is where I
mean, right. Well,
sorry.
When you're a toycist, you kind of go off the deep end. So toycists really can't be trusted.
But that's where I brought it. I brought it to guns. Sorry.
You took it to a place. But my question is,
at what point does it go too far?
Because I like to have both. I don't want Chance to be raised in a home where he thinks that electronic toys aren't a thing. You know what I mean? Like, I want him to have electronic toys that make noise, that do this. But Josh has this thing where he thinks that,
So Josh is a toycist.
Oh, Josh is very much a toycist, yeah.
I mean, you gotta let whatever Chance gravitates to.
Right.
I think
but he plays with both. That's the issue.
And I think kids should have a plethora of whatever the toy is.
Right.
I mean, we were talking a few shows back about how we love Tupperware.
Right.
I mean, that's plastic.
Right.
Like, let him play with whatever.
And so
as long as it's not a friggin' gun.
What we did was we kind of came to a middle ground, and we compromised where Chance's toys are now put into not cubbies, but kind of like a 3 Tupperware drawer compartment. Yeah. Like a thing that it has wheels, so he can move it out to the living room if he wants.
That's cool.
And then he can play with toys drawer by drawer.
Oh, that's fun.
And then it's like every drawer is like a new discovery. It's like when he sees these toys after a month, he's like, oh my God, it's like brand new to him. So we kind of did that. He's got his definite go-tos, like the toys that are out all the time, but it also alleviates a lot of the clutter that's in our living room because it's not filled with so many toys and so many, just like, just all over the place stimulants. So we kind of came to a common ground on that. But I told him, I said, I don't want to get rid of all the plastic toys. I don't want to, just to grow up with wooden toys and this, and this, because I do want his imagination to grow, and that will happen more with the wooden toys. I feel when he has to build a castle out of his his own imagination, But then I also want him to have things that light up and that he knows do that.
Well, I did
It's kind of like with the television. Mm-hmm. Like, I keep the television on certain times of the day so that he knows that a television exists and it's there.
Right.
But if I never, ever show him a television, then when he's 9 years old and he finally sees one, I mean, forget it. Well, it's going to rot out of his brain.
It's one thing for him to see one and know it's there, but it's another for you to be occupied in the television. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
But I will tell you this. I did get the boys the first Christmas that we had together. I went to Cost Plus World Market, and they have all these fun old wooden toys, like the little ball in the string and thing, and all that stuff. And I put the little, I don't know what it is, like a little ladder thing that you kind of let go, and it goes both sides with the string. I don't know what it is. Something's ladder. Anyway, I got them those, and they were Jacob's ladder. That's it. They were intrigued by it for 15 minutes, and then they cared about the other stuff too. You know, and so
it's definitely
if your son is liking it, I would say yes.
It's a give and take, but then it's also how long do the boys stay on their phones or the computer?
Well,
you know
we have to limit that, because if we didn't limit it, it would be every day, all day, every day.
That's the thing. It's like, I feel like this is just a stepping stone so that he knows, okay, sure, I can have TV sometimes, or I can have some electronic toys sometimes, but it can't be 24 hours a day. And I feel like this is like the stepping stone, like this is the first, you know, Grand Theft Auto, you know, for him or something. I don't know.
God, I wish it was that easy. There's sex on that video game.
They kill prostitutes. Of course they have sex. They literally make it okay to
what my kids
crash into telephone poles, kill a prostitute,
ask their mom for,
and jump into a police car and go crazy. I mean, it's like
sick.
I've literally never played that game, and I know that much about it. That's all I need to know. I'm good.
It's not.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
Vice
like
City.
Literally, we live by Vallejo. We get it.
Right? No thanks, Jesus. No, we're okay.
We know. Hey, listen, guys. Don't be a toy cyst. Follow us Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at It's a Parent Pod.
You can also follow us individually. I'm on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube's Chelsea Bierce, Bearce.
If you're interested in following me and seeing what I'm up to, you can find all that information on my website, lauren-kelly.com.
And don't forget to review us.
Yep. Bye, guys. We out. Make it count.
Boom. Bye.